Hello everyone, I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma-Bajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending international news stories in ISL making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. According to local authorities, at least 9 people have died in India due to Cyclone Biparjoy, including 4 young boys who drowned off the coast of Mumbai. The number of injured has reached at least 23. Nearly 2 million people have been affected across 8 districts, and more than 100,000 have been evacuated. Cyclone Biparjoy made landfall on Thursday evening. Areas along the coast of Pakistan and India have been heavily impacted with heavy rain, flash flooding, damaging winds, and coastal storm surge. The Indian Meteorological Department says Cyclone Biparjoy turned off the Arabian Sea for 10 days. And that is a new record. And there was a miraculous discovery in the Colombian jungle after 4 children were found alive after 40 days on their own. The children were the only survivors of a deadly plane crash. The siblings braved the elements, which likely included venomous snakes, jaguars, and a host of other predators as the days turned to weeks. But search and rescue teams and the children's family never gave up hope. The children's family says the kids were raised on learning how to survive off the jungle environment. Medical reports show the children are recovering from dehydration and can't eat solid food just yet. But Colombia's defense minister says they are out of danger. The children told officials at one point they encountered a Belgian shepherd in the jungle who stayed with them for several days. Officials believe it was Wilson, a special forces search dog involved in the search. Unfortunately, Wilson went missing May 18th and has not been found. On Thursday, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky appealed to the Swiss parliament via video, asking for weapons to make Ukraine a territory of peace again. Switzerland has been a neutral country since 1815 and does not send weapons directly or indirectly. But since Russia's war on Ukraine started, Switzerland has faced increasing pressure from its European neighbors to provide re-exportation of weapons to Ukraine. On June 1st, the lower house of the Swiss parliament rejected a bill known as Lex Ukraine that would have allowed third-party countries to transfer Swiss-made weapons to Ukraine. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa visited Ukraine and Russia as part of his participation in the African Peace Mission. The mission's goal is a peaceful resolution of the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. The African Peace Mission consists of leaders from South Africa, Zambia, the Comoros, Congo, Brazzaville, Egypt, Senegal, and Uganda. Representatives from those countries say they have felt the adverse economic impact of the conflict in Ukraine. Ramaphosa says he is pleased and encouraged by the openness of Russia's Vladimir Putin and Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky to discuss the matter with African leaders. Tragedy struck at 2 weddings in 2 countries, resulting in hundreds of people dying. In Nigeria, a boat crash along the Niger River killed more than 100 people. Authorities say a boat carrying hundreds of wedding guests overturned when it hit a tree trunk. Witnesses say the boat split into 2 and the water carried passengers away. Search operations have rescued at least 144 passengers. And in Australia, a bus returning from a wedding flipped on its side while turning at a roundabout. Initial reports indicate at least 10 people were killed and 25 others injured in the crash. Australian authorities say the 58-year-old male bus driver was initially taken to the hospital under police guard for mandatory testing and assessment. But later, he was arrested. A British man in his 20s was spotted climbing a 123-floor building in Seoul without any equipment. He was climbing the Lot World Tower, the world's 5th largest building. He never made it to the top of the building. The Songpa fire station arrived around 8 o'clock local time and pulled the man into the building on the 73rd floor. He was then handed over to police custody. Authorities say he wasn't seriously hurt, just some abrasions on his right knee. A word of warning, the images in this story are graphic and may be disturbing to some viewers. Doctors in Sri Lanka removed the world's largest kidney stone earlier this month. It's more than 5.2 inches long. And in addition to being the largest kidney stone, it is also the heaviest in the world. It weighed more than 1.7 pounds. Ouch. Kidney stones are made up of solid pieces of material that crystallize in the kidney urethra, or bladder due to genetic or environmental factors. Drinking lots of water can flush out small stones. But larger stones, like the one this man had, require more extensive treatment. And we have an update to a story we told you about a month ago. Hilda Bassi, a 26-year-old Nigerian chef, known on social media as Hilda Baki, cooked non-stop for 93 hours and 11 minutes last month. She cooked in a makeshift kitchen for 4 days, from May 11th to May 15th, producing almost 100 pots of food. She was hoping to set a new world record for the longest cooking marathon. And she did it. The Guinness World Record Committee confirmed it after reviewing her video. In fact, Bassi is so popular that the Guinness World Record website crashed for 2 days because of her global fan base. Congratulations. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates in ISL every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.